Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Beyond the Frame today. I'm Jay Nephew, your host, and with me today, I have a wonderful guest. She is incredible. First of all, her restaurant makes amazing food. She's a small business owner here in Houston, Texas, who has a chain of restaurants now, started with one, now up to at least three, maybe four. I got to find this out altogether. Joining me today, Miss Linda Nguyen from Roostar Vietnamese Grill. Linda, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Jay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. I'm going to, as usual, putting you up on the side here with the comments so we can watch and hear any comments that come in and respond to them. But listen, I wanted to have you on the show today because Linda, your restaurant, Roostar Vietnamese Grill, is very close to my house, which thank deliciousness. We love that. And we moved in this neighborhood many years ago, 6-7 years ago. And it was a very a great restaurant. We have, if anybody knows the Spring Branch area of Houston, we're inundated with delicious food, not just one kind of food. Like Houston's known as, yeah, very diverse. I think we're known as like the diverse food capital of the US, to be honest with you. Whatever you like from any special foreign entities, you're gonna find here in Houston. And Vietnamese, I have not had better Vietnamese anywhere else in the country than right here. But I haven't been to a lot of places. But I will say, yeah, but there are a lot of Vietnamese restaurants up and down the Gessner Road Strip, as we like to call it. So why do you stand out? Well, you not only stand out, you thrive, right? You have been awarded the #1 banh mi, the best banh mi in Houston. How many times now?
I think it's been 4 consecutive times with Houston Press.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So you have an interesting concept for your business. Talk to me about you and your husband, Ronnie. You started as a Vietnam Poblano, I think, years ago when it first opened, right? Yeah. And then you changed your brand. What was that like? What was that conversation? And why did you go about changing? Why did you need to?
So we opened Vietnam Poblano back in 2013. Two college students, needed to have something that was quick, easy to execute, and didn't require a lot of money to do it, to start up. We went 6 credit cards, opened 6 credit cards, had barely anything, borrowed money from here, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, sort of just pitched this idea. People thought we were crazy. I had a full-time job at the moment that had healthcare, all that. I decided to just quit that and went all in with Ronnie to kind of pursue this vision. He didn't want to be working under someone. He wanted to be his own boss. And we decided to open this startup. Now, when we first opened Vietnam Poblano, we thought it's in the Spring Branch community. It's fun. People think that, it fits into the culture, the diversity in Spring Branch. However, a lot of people thought that we were a Mexican restaurant, or where's the Poblano, or the Five Poblano. So it started. Within six months into it, we figured, okay, well, maybe we have something going on. We need to start rebranding. Whatever you start up in the beginning, it changes through time, right?
Sure. It's like moving into a house and decorating. 6 months later, you probably switched everything around because you've lived there for a while and felt
renovate, or you decided you want to do this. So it's sort of like when you have a business, especially when you start up from nothing, things are going to change. You make a little bit more money here. You reinvest in the company, which is very highly recommended. We used to paint everything ourselves. We bought all used equipment. Of course, used equipment doesn't last long. When things broke down, we had to reinvest. We had to buy new equipment, and things just go throughout the years. And I always joke that it took Ronnie 3 years to name it Roostar when he should have named it Roostar in the beginning,
Yeah.
I always, whenever people ask me why we rebrand. So if you ever go to the Spring Branch location, you'll see the van still parked out, which it's vintage at this point. I don't want to rewrap the van.
No, you can't.
Yes, because I want it to still have a memory or a connection that we were not bought over. We came up with an app over the years. We just rebranded. We even changed our logo too, so that Vietnam Poblano logo is very different with the Roostar logo that we have now. And if you look at the Roostar logo we have now, it's actually, we always call ourselves the flame keepers. So if you look at it, the rooster is shaped like a flame, and it's always burning. So we just rebranded, and building a brand is very important. And the people running that brand is also important. Doesn't matter if your food is good, bad, it's the culture, the brand, and the people behind the story that makes it a big difference in what we do.
I'm sharing my screen right now. I hope everybody can see.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yes. Now, what I want to tell you, can see their logos and on the bottom of this thing. The reason why I wanted you to come on the show is obviously to tell your story about small business. You're very similar to bowling centers and mom and pop businesses of the entertainment community that come to our channel, that are members of our community. Most bowling centers are local businesses. Most bowling centers are independently owned. And they are people just like yourself who started out with nothing and invested everything and had a dream. And they followed that dream. And most bowling centers are doing well. Even through the pandemic. Now we have some that haven't made it, but that's another issue. But what I wanted to show people is oftentimes when we talk about marketing the local business and marketing to your community, we often will tell you, you need to tell your story. And Linda, you told the story of your business in a very, very interesting way. I've heard of this done before, but I've not personally experienced it until I got my order last week or the other week with this note in it. And I was like, this is genius. So Linda, in every order, first of all, this is Linda's handwriting right here. She wrote this note out. Nobody writes anything anymore, and it's beautiful. And she had it printed 2 sides, right? And it's just like a 4x6 little slightly glossy light piece of paper that was put in every order. But because it was handwritten and because of the message on there, we're thankful for you. I want to show everybody what it says. And I'm just going to read it real quick. It says, if you don't already know, my name is Linda, and my husband Ronnie and I own Roostar. Thank you for choosing Roostar when you have so many delicious restaurant options. When you support a small business, you support a dream. And when you choose a local restaurant, you impact an entire local ecosystem. With your order today, you're supporting a local Houston bakery, local brewers, a local father and son coffee roaster, local vegetable and pastry vendors. You're directly supporting the livelihood and dreams of dozens of real people in our community. Your choice today makes Houston stronger, better, more resilient. Looking ahead at 2021, don't forget, you can make a difference with the simplest of choices. That right there, my dear, is absolutely everything in the marketing world. And it's everything because it's honest, it's real, it's from the heart. So it is genius. And I think that, you know, you didn't do it because you wanted to garner more business. You did it because I want to share this with everyone. I want everybody to be impacted. And at the bottom corner, it says, when you support a small business, you're supporting a dream.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement. And this, I can't take all the credit because my husband, Ronnie's, you know, we had one night where I was like, I miss all my customers. I miss seeing them. I miss talking to them. And he came up with the idea, well, why don't we write a message and pack it in every item of the food?
Absolutely.
So that we can essentially reach people in a broader spectrum. And of course, we're expanding, we're growing. In the midst of expanding, growing, you're growing your team, you're training people more. So things won't be as perfect in the beginning. It takes time and effort to get all the people in place and the support system. So through that, we know that we're not perfect, there will be mistakes, but we want to at least, before most people would typically go on Yelp or go here, go there and put a bad review, stop to think, is it worth you hurting someone's livelihood? Or
right.
Is it that bad that you can't reach out to us directly? You know, oftentimes, you know, we need to have some sort of voice. Most of us stay quiet because we don't want to pick sides. We don't want to mix anything into it. But at the end of the day, we all do our best. And all we ask is, when we do make a mistake, let us know, we will fix it.
Yes, that's a really good point there. You do take good care of your customers. And right now I'm just scrolling through some of the photos showing your community involvement. Look at this. I was here for that New Year's celebration. I'm probably off to the side, but I'm not in that picture, but I do remember that going on. It was such an incredible, fun thing to watch if you've never seen that up close. The previous picture was you and Ronnie. You are such a cute couple. I just want to squish you up and put you in a bottle and spritz you around the room. You're beautiful. This is your kitchen. This right here is the kitchen that started it all. People, yeah. When I tell you the whole building is 12 feet wide, I'm not lying. And you talk about love, compassion, deliciousness packed into that 12 feet wide space. You couldn't fit another ounce if you tried. Here's more involvement, more community involvement. Where this was during the pandemic when you supported our healthcare workers with delicious food. And of course, you always take care. I have seen this firsthand. You always take care of our first responders, including the police and whatnot. Here you are at another event setting up with world famous HEB in the background. So you know it's high quality. What are you serving there? Can you tell? Oh, is that your papaya salad?
Yes, we were doing the papaya salad before the pandemic, and HEB was there. We were all different local businesses was there. It was for Houston Chronicle.
Nice. Yes. And then here you guys are at, I believe, probably the same trade show. And the reason why I chose this picture is because I recognize on the logo or the name of their.
You should know these people. They also the Daddy-O's. That's
right up the street from you. So not only are you involved in the local community, but you also are involved with other local business owners that are, quote, your competition, as you might say. But it's a beautiful thing to do, right? To be able to go and talk to your other people like yourselves that are in the industry and get their point of view, share their struggles with them, help them along the way, and you create this wonderful community.
That's right. That's true. That's a lot of things that we don't know, that we help each other. There's no bad competition. We all should support each other, especially during the time in need the most. But supporting local is by just making sure, like the letter said, we do outsource things locally as best we can. We understand that, and plus when things are local, it's easy to reach. Should we forget to order something, we can quickly go drive around across town, go grab it. That's the beauty of having a small business. We don't have to go under someone or over someone. We can make the changes right then and there. And if our usual vendor's out of something, we can go to another local bakery. So that's what we love, being able to support each other, go through this business in a very humble way, not a negative, mean way. You're never better than anyone. You always have to do what you do best and train your team and coach your team to do the same. You know, we don't want to argue with you over a $5 sandwich. If you're unhappy, we can't please everybody. But at the end of the day, we are here for a reason. We have to support each other. There's a lot of people on the line that need us to keep growing and thriving, and we cannot fail. We cannot fail. We have too many people. You know, we went from a 8 employees to now we have 42 employees. We're going to open a third one and we'll have 70 employees. So everything we do now is for our people.
Now, listen, you went to a crowdfunding source with Next Seed, I believe it was called. And I didn't know this until I started doing a little research to get ready for the show. You had put out an offer to get the store next door to you. So you've now expanded. So now you're 24 feet wide. I'll just joking. But you've doubled the size of the store. But you did it. It's called Roostar Kitchen. Why don't you tell us the story real quickly about that? Because it's quite shocking. Now, this will give you guys out there an idea of when you're involved in your community, when you have this kind of relationship with your customer base, the value of it. Linda, tell us what happened.
Absolutely. So we had an option to take over additional 950 square footage directly next to us. And the offer came about last year. We didn't get to do anything due to the pandemic. We decided that our takeout order increased. We needed a bigger kitchen to produce. Our main concern at that point was execution, getting the food out quickly, getting the food out right, because everything had to be packaged. It's not like if people are eating there, we can resolve an issue right then and there.
Right.
In order to grow in that aspect, we needed to expand the kitchen. So that was more like a virtual side. We make all the food there. We were able to invest in bigger equipment where we used to have to cook fried rice in a small wok 20 times a day. We can do a larger batch in less amount of time. With the pandemic, we knew our team, were getting a little bit tired. We knew that this was not something that the business needed. We knew that this was something that our team deserved as well, to help them focus more on getting the food out right, as opposed to just slaving in the kitchen, So we decided to crowdfund for the expansion. We call it the Roostar Factory.
Factory, that's right.
We decided to use Next Seed, who the founders of Next Seed are also our friends that we've met along the way when we first opened Vietnam Poblano. We reached out to them. We decided to do a campaign. first we opened the campaign for friends and family, but the minute we put the campaign live, it was maxed out within the hour.
And we're talking $150,000 was raised 1 hour, people.
An hour. And
you don't get people to dump that kind of money in your business that don't know about you. You don't get people to invest in you because you have a cute logo. You get people to invest in you because they know who you are. They know what kind of business you operate. They know the quality and the kind of people that you are. And that's a true testament, Linda, to your and Ronnie's vision, but not only that, tenacity to keep going forward with that. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. I mean, the Houston community is amazing. We love the Spring Branch community. The outpour of support, the moment we even put this campaign, it wasn't like a life or death situation. You know, it immediately it maxed out. It just showed that so many people wanted to help us. And I think some people felt like, oh, they need to raise this so that they don't, you know, crash or close down, because it was during the pandemic. When
sure.
Some people on the side said, why do you need to go through crowdfunding? I can lend you the cash right now. But we wanted to open that up, that vulnerability, to let people know that, hey, you know, we want some of y'all's help and support through that way. And it was nice to have that support. And here we are. We've opened the factory going on 3 months now. So it's been great. We're still learning. If even though we're opening the kitchen bigger, it feels like you're opening a brand new restaurant.
Oh, for sure. I can imagine that.
You know, when our team is so used to working in a closed space and now they have like a wide array, it's hard for them to kind of move around. But we're transitioning and it's been great. So thank you everyone who supported our, you know, campaign.
Well, I got to say, we have people out there watching right now, and that will watch us after the fact because we get most of our views afterwards. But they're not much different than you. Yeah, they might also serve food and beverage. Most of them do, right? But they're in the business of taking care of people when they come through the door. That's all you do. I take care of people when they walk through the door. I give them good food. I give them good service. I'm kind to them. You know, like you said, I'm a humble business owner, and so many of our viewers and our members are in the same boat, and they can learn from this. So if you have not told your story to your audience yet, I encourage you to take a little note from Miss Linda, literally a note from Miss Linda, and think about how you could use that to your advantage to tell your story to your audience and thank them for their business.
Absolutely. It's very important to have a voice. It's very important to be transparent and be open. You know, I have customers that have my cell phone. Should something happen where we don't close until 9 p.m. and it's 8:30 and a customer wants to order fried rice and they're told, I'm sorry, we're out. Well, they'll shoot me a text and I will call into the store and I will say, get your honey back there and make that fried rice because we got 30 minutes. We do not stop serving until it's 9 p.m. The time that it says on that door. You know, we shouldn't be in business to be rushed to go home. We shouldn't be in business to do things halfway. We should be in business to do everything by heart and care and soul. And that resonates in the support that if you want to have a thriving business, that requires of you. Yes.
Well, I promise you this, when I open my bullet center, we're going to have Roostar number 27 at that place right there. I promise you that. Linda, when one final word from you to everybody watching, give them some hope. We're coming out of this pandemic. It's turning. We can feel it now, especially here in Houston. And I know we're a little bit ahead of most of the country because of the progressiveness of Texas. And we can argue about all that, but we know that it's turning. We know that business is coming back. Give me a little tidbit for our watchers for them.
Absolutely. One thing definitely I can recommend to everyone here, if you have a small business, we know that it's tough. We know that it's hard. Don't give up. Make sure that you step out of your comfort zone. Make sure that you move with the flow of everything and don't be one-minded. If you need to do Uber, DoorDash, Postmates, do that. If you need to hire and outsource someone to outsource delivering food, do that. Whatever you do, if you need to invest in packaging, getting your brand out there, do that. Whatever you do, don't cut corners. Make sure that you understand that in order for you to grow or even get your name out there, you have to keep pushing. And all I would say is step out of your comfort zone, work to be uncomfortable so eventually you can become comfortable at doing it. Take care of your people, always support them, worry about yourself last, take care of your guests and your customers, and everything will follow.
Beautifully said, Linda. Beautifully said. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today and taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you had to put a sign on the door and said, "Don't bother me," so you could do the interview. I really appreciate it. All right, for those of you out there watching, if you have a question for myself or for Linda, just email me jnephew@cubicaamf.us, or you know you know how to get a hold of me even on Facebook. You can find Linda at Roostar Vietnamese Grill, and I've tagged her business in here so you can send her a message if you'd like to. We hope to see you all soon. Next week, Dottie San Martin will be here with a beautiful guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is, mainly because I forgot to look it up. But she's got her. No, I'm just joking. She's got a show planned for you. She'll take over, and we will see you back here on the week of April 12th. I'm back up. So Linda, thank you so much on behalf of Cubic AMF. Jay Nephew and the rest of us here. You guys have a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye-bye now.